cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we ride. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep it flow. But can you rock it?
Matching hundreds. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's right.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the address? Adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Dalton. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Going to give this time to the tailback. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. It's a jet sweep. Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. The numbers for Mixon last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
On second and very short, Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. 4 yards the pickup, first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
On second down, here's Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. And that's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
An offensive line play is not something that comes to mind readily, but it's always a big key in a ball game. And already these guys, they're getting it done up front, as we've seen this rushing attack have some early success.
On second down now. Mixon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. A dump off to Anderson. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's fourth down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. Here in this first quarter.
Ready. 18 Gator. Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd and 1. Steps away to his left. And that's complete to Sanders. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
We're scoreless after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
8 read. Double time. 3 down. Hey, check. Hey, Charlie. Shoot.
They'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd down.
36. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 44 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On now is the kicker Jason Myers for the field goal try. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Come on, set.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
50, plant.
Watch the run, watch the run.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So backed up to the 6 now, 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Joseph on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 31, Dalton to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. A draw play for Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing. Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. From the gun on 3rd down. Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Look at me, zipper. Fight.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first down, Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check 52's the mic.
Hey, let's go.
52's the mic right here over there. Right
Big grip.
They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Go.
Go now. 52's the mic.
Hey, orbit. Now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
36 the mic. I got one.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with. A little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 12 yards that time at a Cincinnati 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin in the Motor City in NFC North battle. Detroit hosting Minnesota, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Benny Fowler, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
Yeah, the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals have recovered it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And it'll be Dalton again. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code. Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. They're going to run it with Anderson. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1. And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down, it's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
60 out now. Clear. 52's the mic, boy. 52. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now back to throw. Making the catch is Sternberger. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Ready?
They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
This one fielded at the 5.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. From midfield here, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of balls in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Go! 70, Indy. Cut. Come. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hit it.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
60 or.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw here. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Let's go.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man, he finds Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
91.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Touchdown, Packers! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as he'll go for 2.
Get ready. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now the throw hauled in by Green.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They run again on first down. Anderson powers through. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second and 11 now. Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now Dalton. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, third and 2. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. So from the 36 now, first and 10. This is Jones. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot. But it's 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Dalton here from the gun. And he's got it complete to Anderson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
6-man. Check cross, check cross, check cross.
Here's Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Passing, it's Dalton.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Hey, Haywood, snap.
They'll drop the throw. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Come on, baby.
That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jay Sternberger, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Joseph now to... the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. That one complete to Anderson. The 3rd down run gets them nothing. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the 1st down.
I know he ain't got it. Kill.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Here we go. At the Bengals 44-yard line.
Again, it's Jones. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win. Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter. In the zone, the ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw, and he's going to go down again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Packers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.